What's up, YouTube? Listen, before you buy anything, make sure you look over your life. Guys, let's go through a few things that I want to make sure that we take some inventory on, okay? It's always a good idea to look over your life and to make sure you have your affairs in order, okay? And so before we go out and make any decisions, I'm talking about stocks, I'm talking about buying a car, I'm talking about buying a boat, a cottage, a bag, anything. Let's go ahead and go through some things that I want to make sure we are taking into account, okay? First and foremost, man, as you look over your life, make sure your spiritual life is on point, okay? Make sure your spiritual life is intact. If you have taken a break, now is a great time with it being a new year for you to get back on your dean as it relates to that, okay? You want to look over your emotional life, okay? How are you? How is your stress levels? How is your self-care? How are you just physically and mentally? Okay? Did some of the ills of 2022, are those things you carrying over to this year? All things you want to be looking at and thinking about on your journey, okay? Again, think about your physical health, okay? If you need to get up and walk, if you need to move around a little bit, if you need to get your heart rate up and get more active, if you need to do some things that will allow you to be around for your grandkids, for your current children, or just to live life a little bit, okay? Now was the time to kind of assess some of those things, which leads me to the fact that right now, guys, do not buy anything at this point in time. Do not buy anything right now. Listen, whether it's a car, they're marked up in price. Okay, you wouldn't be getting a deal. Okay, if it's not worth your while, if you can't take the bus, or unless it's life or death, you may need to fall back on trying to spend money you may not even have right now on a car you don't even need to try to impress some people that don't even really care. Okay, make sure you're not falling into that. Okay, same thing can be true for whether it's a bag, or whether it's a house on the lake, or whether it's a cottage or anything. If you guys can avoid things like that, again, please do so. Okay, as it relates to, I was thinking about you guys, and when I first got out of debt, one thing I did that was one of the most stupidest things I could have done right when we had first got out of debt. When I was talking about my wife and I, okay, soon as we got out of debt, we were young, you know what I'm saying, in the clear. For whatever reason, we was traveling like we always do, and we got hooked into a timeshare. Okay, and we got locked in for, I want to say it was $12,000 or something along those lines. Okay, and looking back, I remember how persistent the guy was trying to sell us this timeshare, and how pressured, looking back, how I felt like, man, me and my wife, we just made a decision because we done freed up some money. We were so accustomed to having bills to pay and living check to check and living that life. Now we are at a point where we reach financial freedom, and then we went right back into having some debt hanging over our head. Okay, and it's things like that that you want to make sure you avoid for 2023. We kicking off a brand new year. We got new beginnings. We got new mercies. We got a new fresh start to do things a little bit different. We got a new fresh start to do things a little bit better. So my point that I want to talk about today, guys, don't buy anything, especially if you haven't done your due diligence on your stocks. Don't buy anything if you don't have a plan related around your investing journey. Okay, so again, this is a period of kind of observing. This is a period of surveying the land to see where the opportunities lie. So for example, guys, as it relates to my specialty, which is the stock market, guys, this year the industry that are going to do well will be a repeat of the ones that did well in 2022. So think energy, think healthcare, at times think consumer staples, utilities, okay, things like that. However, although you can just make the easy decision to get right into those, Some of those are at levels, meaning they are so high up, they had the best year. Energy, for example, were the best performing sector in the stock market, that you might want to be in energy. You just might not want to be at energy at its current level. So what do, guys? We not buying anything right now. Why? Because we're waiting for some type of pullback, okay? Some type of sell-off, some type of rebalancing of those positions, okay? Then you will come to a place where it makes sense to get in and be part of the next leg up that those plays may go on, okay? So right now, guys, I want to caution you, be patient. Don't buy anything right now. When the market open back up and you get a chance to get back in and do your thing, okay, survey the land. Survey the land, okay? Look at where the opportunities may be, but be patient. It'll be well worth the wait. Be patient, okay? This will be a time where you can show some discipline. You can practice nibbling or dollar cost averaging, but you don't need to be outright buying anything right now. Not a house, not a stock, not a anything, okay? And so that's what I want you guys to kind of have top of mind as we begin a new journey, a new year, okay? Stocks are going to, again, look attractive on a lot of levels, but you want to have a plan. You want to have a entry. You want to know off the top, beyond the company, the balance sheet, what they do, the income statements, whether or not they have a moat, what's their competitive advantage. Beyond those things, you want to know, how long do I plan to hold this company? You want to know how long or what kind of return am I looking to gain out of this company, okay? You want to know that by investing in this, the company will do the work for me. It will put my money to work. You want to have an army of dollars working on your behalf to make sure that you, again, are working smarter and not harder, okay? So again, when the new year start, we know 2022, we know everything it was, okay? Hopefully, we're prepared to utilize some of the skills learned, especially as it relates to trading, to kind of continue to learn, continue to try to make a little bit of money on the side while you posture and position yourself for your investments for the long term, okay? So keep that in mind, guys, all right? You guys are going to have so many opportunities on your journey, especially those of you that are playing the long game, okay? These years are just buying opportunities. These are sales that we can get companies we know, like, and love at a discounted price, okay? However, you still, even in that, need to be strategic with how you go about getting into those positions, making sure you're not getting in too soon or too heavy or with too big of a position size, only to see the stock that you get into go down another 20, 30, 40% when you could have just been patient. You could have avoided buying anything right now just to see where the lay of the land go, okay? So soon, guys, one of my upcoming videos will be when I will be buying stocks heavy again. Of course, I'm going to always be buying my dividend stocks, okay? I stay pouring into those because those kick out a monthly and or quarterly dividend, all right? So that part stays the same, but I'm talking about getting into real positions that I'm looking to make something happen out of. I'm gonna, like I'm telling you guys, I'm going to survey the lay of the land. I'm going to wait for a better opportunity. I can't time the market. I can't do anything. But what I can do is have a plan for, I want to get in at this level. I want to get in and I want to start my position size small here. I want to increase it as the price drops 5% from this initial level, 10% from that initial level, understanding that there will be rallies and runs that these stocks will go on in this year and the years to come, okay? So listen, guys, do not buy anything right now. If you can, it's about being patient, okay? And I'm talking about patience in your life. Do me a favor, pray about any decision you need to make. Pray about it, sleep on it, give it 24, 48 hours, and see if you still even want to make that move. Okay. Now, unless it's like a dire situation, Chris, I don't have a car. I need a car right now because it's going to be my means of transportation to my new job. Then that's different. But if you already got a car, if it gets you from point A to point B, you don't need to upgrade and get a new car. Now you may go from having no note to a huge car note. Okay, something like that I'm talking about. Okay, so across the board, man, I want you to survey the landscape. I want you to look over your life, as well as I want you to look over your investments, and then be ready with a plan of action of how you want to attack. Okay, we're not going in willy-nilly. We want to do our thing on the investment side, but we also want to do our thing in general. Okay, avoiding lifestyle creep, not making hasty decisions, not buying things we don't need. Matter of fact, consider getting rid of some stuff that you got if you are no longer using it. If it can be a blessing to somebody else, if it can just clear up space in your life. Okay, guys, it's time to get focused. It's time to get locked in. We have the opportunity to do something great. Okay, it's about seizing a moment and making sure we understand what's before us and the opportunity that we have ahead of us. Okay, so with that being said, man, listen, don't do anything right now that'll mess up your harvest. If you haven't prayed about it, if you haven't meditated about it, if you haven't gave it deep thought, if you haven't ran it by a couple people and got some confirmation of some sort, just fall back. Just wait on it. Trust the process. Okay, all these things I'm telling you are traits that are going to spill over to your trading, to your investing. These are life lessons that I'm packaging within other lessons that, again, you merge the two, you will see how they come through in all that you do. Listen, guys, we make videos like this every day, so if you like this one, make sure you check out the next one. Remember, most people see the end result, very few consider the journey, so do me a favor. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys grab some free stock using my link below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.